It is a thing of joy to be in your midst tonight.
Amen.
It has been a long time I've been trying, doing my best. But today is the day that God made it possible to be in the house of the Lord. I'm not a visitor here, I'm not a stranger.
No way.
This is the house of my Father.
Amen.
And the name will continue to be reigning here.
Amen.
I give thanks unto God on behalf of my son, Bishop Godwin. And the same thanks go to every one of you to receive me here warmly, as if you have been seeing me for long. And I thank for what God has been doing in this church. Because I've seen the glory of God here. And the blessings of God will continue to be reigning among us in Jesus' name. God who has been able to bring the success to this present time, He will continue to make the success to be going on. In Jesus' name. I say thank you. Thank God for everything you have done.
Thank you. Put your hands together for Jesus. Amen. Somebody you see is not a small man. God is so wonderful. Amen. See him continue preaching the gospel encourages me. Amen. I'm not many that are the same age with him. They don't do nothing, but still walking strong. I hear what I'm saying. Yes. The man you see here, I just give God praise. Amen. So come on, put a glass offering for Jesus again. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Jesus. Amen. I think it's time for us. The person we are waiting for is here tonight. That's Apostle Kevin from Canada. And we missed him yesterday. Somebody say amen. Amen. And today and tomorrow is going to be wonderful. Amen. Somebody shout hallelujah. Somebody say amen. Amen. Apostle is going to tell us how Canada people used to worship God. Somebody say amen. Amen. And we will tell him how London does. Apostle, you're welcome. You're welcome. In Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.
Praise God. Hallelujah. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Can I hear you shout some hallelujah 3 times? Hallelujah. 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 Woo. See, I can hear the Spirit of God saying there is so much love back in the house.
Amen.
Oh my goodness. He says whether there be prophecies, miracles, all these things are going to pass.
Yeah.
But love is one thing that will never fail.
Hallelujah.
What God is bringing back in the house right now.
Yeah.
When you love me, you won't hurt me.
Yeah.
If you love me, you won't hate me.
Yeah.
If you love me, you will feel back. Love is back in the house tonight. Hallelujah. And then I want you to understand that God is doing a new thing even in your life. As He's doing a new thing right here in this place, He is doing a new thing in your life.
Amen.
And then there's this song that says, I will do a new thing. Before I do anything, that's what I'm going to say. He says, I will do a new thing. That's what God is promising someone right here tonight. I don't know who God is speaking to, but He says that I will do a new thing in your life. He says, I will do a new. Can you do a reggae with me on this song? Praise God. You know, because my music, reggae actually is my background. You know, so and that's the reason why most of the time I like to put reggae around me. So we do other songs, but I want to do praise right now. This reggae song. I will do a new thing in you. I will do a new thing in you. Whatever you have prayed for, and whatever you have asked for, it won't be He will do a new thing in me, in me, in me. He will do a new thing in me. Whatever I have prayed for, whatever I have asked for, whatever I have asked for, it won't be denied. And it won't be denied. Praise the Lord. Oh, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I got my mind made up, and I won't turn back. 'Cause I gotta see my Jesus someday. Help me sing it now. Oh, I got my mind made up, and I won't turn back. 'Cause I gotta see my Jesus someday. Can I get some smile on your face? Say goodbye, world. Stay no longer with you. Goodbye, pleasure of sin. Stay no longer with you. I made up my mind to go God's way the rest of my life. Can I hear you smile and sing it? I made up my mind to go God's way the rest of my life. Sit down. Got my mind made up. Sing it now. And I won't turn back. 'Cause I've got to see my Jesus someday. And I got my mind made up, and I won't turn back, because I've got to see my Jesus someday. And I got to see my Jesus someday. Wave your hands to Jesus right now. Wave your hands now. I've got to see my Jesus someday. Sing it again now. Sing it again. Say that. Got to see my Jesus someday. Oh, say I've got to see my Jesus someday. Give me some smile if you want to see Jesus someday. Got to see my Jesus. You see my big smile. I'm smiling because I know where I'm going. I know where I'm coming from. Got to see my Jesus someday. Oh, say that. Got to see my Jesus someday. Say that. Got to see my Jesus someday. Praise Master Jesus. Can we put your hands together for Jesus right now? Yesterday, something happened, but I know that all things we believe work together for good.
Amen.
To them that love God,
Amen.
not just only them that love God, but to them that are called according to His purpose.
Amen.
And not just being called by His purpose, but who walk not by flesh, but by the Spirit.
Amen.
Bishop said something, he said that I have to tell them how the Canadians worship. And then you are going to tell me how the Londoners worship as well.
Amen.
But right now, before I do that, I want us to do some African praise, because my originality is Nigerian.
Yes.
So do you know how to do some African praise before I do the last song? Oh my goodness. Do you know how to do some African praise? Can we do some African praise right now? We're ready to dance some more right now. The only thing that God needs is praise. That's what He wants. And at the end of the day, we're going to keep praising God in heaven. And that's why I love to praise every time. Hallelujah. Are you ready now? Hey! Are you dancing? Let me sing it now. Are you getting ready now? Are you getting ready now? Oh my goodness. It's gonna be hot here. Are you ready now? Hallelujah. I will let you dance. Are you standing there? Are we ready now? How many of you believe that Jesus is the superpower? Superpower. Superpower. Oh, superpower. Superpower. He came to one kind of power, with past every other power. His power, the past of power. The past of power. Have you heard about this power? With past every other power. His power, the past of power. Oh, the past of power. You are the Lord who gives me the power. The power to make work go. Make work go. Power for good health, for good health. Power to be rich, to be rich. Which kind of power be this so? Superpower. Let me say it now. Superpower. Which kind of power be this so? Superpower. Now superpower. Oh, superpower. Which kind of power be this so? Superpower. Now superpower. Oh, superpower. Now superpower. Oh, superpower. Sickness power. Powerless power. Look it down now. Listen. I say, hallelujah. Sickness power, powerless power. Oh yeah. Poverty power, powerless power. Hey, mommy, what's that power? Powerless power. I said quarrel power, powerless power. I said hatred power, powerless power. Oh, wickedness power, powerless power. But Jesus power, superpower. Everybody say superpower. I said Jesus power, superpower. Hey, superpower. For me, what's that power? Powerless power. Holy power, powerless power. I say witches power, powerless power. Marine power, powerless power. Marine power, powerless power. Mommy water power, powerless power. I say sickness power, powerless power. You know what? Sometimes in life, when you're sick, sickness also makes you think they're so powerful. Sometimes when you're going through divorce issues or marital problems, it looks like they're so powerful. But you know one thing, when you begin to say what you want to see, until what you don't want to see is taken away and replaced by what you want to see, then you see the glory of God. And I said, but you know what's that power? I said, divorce power. I said, marriage problems. Sickness power. But Jesus power. Superpower. Jesus power. Superpower. I said Jesus power. I said Praise God. There's something I want us to always understand in this life. There's so many parts of the Bible, like the book of Corinthians 13, from verse 7, 8, 9, 10. You see where God is talking about love. And there was a time when God showed me, and I realized that we don't really understand love until we get it. And then I went to the dictionary, I realized that the definition of love is something that we do not really know. We just hear love, 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 and we don't understand it. And if you open to the dictionary and say, what's the meaning of love? The first thing they'll tell you is infatuation. Praise God. Amen. Okay, now, and then I can say they are correct. Let's have our say. Let's say them. I could also say they are very correct in the sense that when it comes to the human understanding, the definition is correct. And then I browsed and I realized that God was showing me something. And I said, okay. And this is the first place I'm trying to talk about it very much, explicit. There are types of love. Praise God. Amen. And then there's one kind of love they call filial love. There's another one they call, the agape is the Almighty. Okay. Eros love. And there's another one called storge love. Praise God. Amen. So if you look at the first one everybody wants to know is the Eros love between the male and the female. And then, do you know that this love can never stand the test of time? Eros love between the man and the woman. Storge love, the one we have for our families, our blood siblings, parents, and then filial love, the one you have for your friends. You can love your friends so much, but the day you hear your friend committed a serious crime, you may run away. Praise God. Because it's the love of the flesh. Are you following me? It's not your fault. It's of the flesh. And that was the kind of love that Peter had for Jesus in the beginning. That's why when you heard that he was arrested at all, he said, I can't die his death. Praise God. So the agape is what God showed me, and I realized that this, if a man and a woman have eros love, can I tell you the truth? If we open to the dictionary now, you will see it's infatuation. You can love a man or a woman the same day. Infatuation. You can just see a friend and just like them, and just love them the same day. Because it's filial love. And then storge love, you can just love your brother and your sister, just love your mom and your dad. But something can happen and that hatred will still come and beyond amendment. Praise God. So what God is saying today is that until, for example, the man and the woman have a 50% of agape and a 50% of eros love, it will always fail. Praise God. It will always fail. And when the Bible says love never fails, why do other love fail? Because they are filial, they are eros, and they are storge. Praise God. So if you're still wondering why do love fail, those loves that can't stand the test of time. They are love of flesh. Praise God. So now the one the Bible is talking about, agape, is what God is telling me to tell us today. So, for example, if a woman is waiting on a man, because I always say the woman is not searching. The man is searching, the woman is waiting. Praise God. Hallelujah. So if a woman is waiting, and you waited, and a man that don't have agape love come, and you get him, don't blame anybody. Praise God. Amen. So the first thing you have to look for is agape in there. Because the first thing that we get carried away with is the eros love. That's very interesting, but agape has to always be there. Because that's God. And that's where forgiveness always comes in. And that's where we always know how to keep boundaries. We don't do things that we shouldn't just do. We follow ethics in every sector. Praise God. So So if you love people, you would know that no, I'm not going to go beyond this point. I have to respect that love I have for them. That's the reason why we say the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, right? But can I say the truth? The love of God is wisdom. So the fear, if you fear me, and if I'm the dad of the house now, you cannot put your leg on the table when I'm there, on the chair, sorry. Then the moment the dad gets out, you put your leg there. That is gone, man. Praise God. Because you fear him. So but if you love your dad enough, you will not put your leg on that because you know he don't like it. Praise God. Hallelujah. So the love of God is wisdom.
Amen.
The fear of God is just the beginning.
Yes.
So the fear of God is not enough to serve God or to love ourselves or to do what God wants us to do. And that's what God is saying today. He said, my love is what you should tell them today. Praise God. Amen. And then when we understand that agape is all we need to look for. So when you see people, you're doing business, you're doing work, always look for agape. Is agape in it? If it's not in it, then God is not talking. Praise God. Hallelujah. So we should take that home and remember that today agape is in our life afresh. Yes. We're reconciling and renewing our covenant of agape with God. So that in everything we do in our life with our children, with our parents, with the church, in serving the man of God, agape has to be there. Amen. Praise God. Even in my presence here today, I came with agape. Amen. Praise God. And that's why I believe in everything I do. I don't look for what am I going to gain. I look for what is God going to do for us. Praise God. Because He has a way of blessing people. Praise God. He has a way of blessing. When my friend was talking and we're talking to Bishop, I say, look, I'm coming to come and get blessed. I don't know about you. You may think I'm coming to bless you, but I'm coming to get blessed. What I'm doing here is blessing me. Praise God. Blessing me. Because when someone is blessed through what I'm doing, then God has a way of blessing me. Praise God. And that's what we should always remember. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. So that's another thing. You love money, you can kill for money. There are people who can kill because of just £100. Praise God. They can do anything, they will kill somebody because of that. Because of the love they have for it. Praise God. So but we want to love God now. To say no, we don't want to love the flesh way anymore. The flesh love has its own position. It cannot compete with agape in my life. Say, oh Lord my God, the love of flesh can never compete with agape in my life anymore. From today, anybody I meet, anything I do, give me wisdom to practice agape and to escape from those who practice hate and wickedness. That the power of agape will always set me free. In the name of Jesus Christ. Can I hear sounding amen there? Amen. Can I hear victorious amen there? Amen. So now I'm going to do the last song. Praise God. Reap what we sow. And that's why he said you can sow anywhere and you will always reap anywhere. Amen. Praise God. Hallelujah. Now I'm going to sing this song. And I cannot tell you now. Na re ke le mo. You know that song? Hallelujah. Oh, He's done so much for me, and I cannot tell it all. Na re ke le mo. And if I have 10,000 tongues, it still won't be enough. Na re ke le mo. When He healed me completely, and He said, Joko Maro, say, what shall I render unto Jehovah? For He has done so very much for me. So He has forgiven for me. What shall I render unto Jehovah? For he has done so very much for me. He must trample at his presence. Oh, what a mighty God we serve. Hey, glory, glory, hallelujah. And everything written about you is great. Oh, you are great, great, Lord, you are great, great. Oh, you are great. Oh, yeah, you are great. Lord, you are great. Great. Lord, you are great. You are great. And everything written about you is great. Oh, everything written about you is great. You are highly lifted up, and there is no one like you. Sing it now. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hold your hands to Jesus. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. Amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Amen. You are highly exalted up, and there is no one like you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. You are highly lifted up, and there is no one like you. Hallelujah, hallelujah. So sing it, hallelujah, hallelujah. Let's go praise Jehovah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Sing it, hallelujah, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm the Lord, let your name be glorified.
Yes, Lord.
You are the Lord, let your name be glorified. And then we give you glory, and then I give you honor. Oh, you are the Lord, let your name be glorified. Oh, you are the Lord, let your name be glorified. You are the King of kings, let your name be glorified. You are the Adonai, let your name be glorified. And I give you glory, oh Lord, I give you honor. You are the Lord, let your name be glorified. Jehovah, I praise you. Jehovah, we praise you. We praise your name. We praise your name. Jehovah, we praise and as we honor you, you are wonderful. You are worthy, oh Lord. God is saying that somebody who has a problem with social welfare here, before the end of this week, there will be a turnaround. Amen. In the name of Jesus Christ. I don't know what I'm talking to, but the Lord says in this spirit of worship, that my angels are at work. They will go into that office and turn this around. Amen. In the name of Jesus. In the mighty name of Jesus. I see angels in the kingdom of Persia. No, there are demons in the kingdom of Persia. There was a day when I realized that when the Bible says that when Daniel said, the Gabriel said, he said, and your prayer had been answered 21 days ago. But the prince in the kingdom, listen, it didn't say it didn't say a rank and file or a corporal. It didn't say a sergeant. It didn't say an inspector. It said the prince of the kingdom of Persia, or the prince in the kingdom. It means that there are ranks in every kingdom. There's hierarchy in every kingdom. So if it was just a corporal or just a private soldier that held it, then it means that Angel Daniel would have been able to take that back. But he said the prince from that kingdom of Persia hijacked your answers. So I see God sending archangels. You know one thing? God is not sending messengers like Gabriel. He's sending archangels like Michael. Because Gabriel would always tell us stories. Praise God. He would always tell us that some prince, some king, some queen somewhere to be. So now we say we don't want Gabriel anymore. Praise God. Now we want Michael. Hallelujah. Say, oh ye angel Michael, I send you, I command you right now. Say, oh Lord my God, send for that angels. The archangels that carry your sword. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So when you know the standard of praying, even in the Bible there were stories told to people. And I keep telling a lot of us, I say, do you know that destinies can be truncated? People always say that because God said it will come to pass. Yes, that's the prophecy. But can I give you an example in the Bible? Samson did not fulfill destiny. Samson tried to fulfill destiny. He doubted himself at some point. He kept telling, he said, how can one man deliver Israel? But he's forgotten that one man delivered Israel. He's forgotten that one man is coming to deliver the whole world, Jesus. So you alone can deliver your family.
Hallelujah.
Amen. So when Samson tried to fulfill destiny, Delilah was pressurizing him. Tell me where your power is. Tell me how to run you down. Can I tell you the truth? Your enemy have been talking and trying to make you lose the battle. You know your enemy. Don't tell me you don't know them. God reveals them to us in the dreams. He will always tell you, and then you say, maybe he's not. But tonight, that spirit of Delilah is overpowered right now. In the mighty name of Jesus. Every Delilah in your business, in your work, in your family, that's been pressurizing you, trying to take what God has given to you, make you not to fulfill what God has given you. Maybe in this country or in your family, God says tonight, Delilah is overcome.
Amen.